Okay, good evening, everyone. We'll call the meeting to order. This meeting takes place in the traditional and ancestral territory of the Mi'kmaq people. We are all treaty people. There are no additions or deletions to the agenda, but I will ask Paul to say something before we move on to the next part of the agenda.
Thank you, Mayor. Council, staff, public, tonight I'd like to introduce you to Alan Howell, our senior planner, who was just recently hired for the town of Lunenburg. So in your travels, please have your opportunity to meet with Alan. And he's got a wealth of experience in education and also a professor. So it's very nice to have somebody with his experience and background on staff. Alan, I'm putting you on the spot a little bit. Did you want to say a couple of words? No worries. No. So we appreciate having Alan on staff here, and we look forward to having a very robust and successful community development department and planning staff. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Paul, and welcome to the team, Alan. Great to have you. So we'll move on to number 4, approval of the agenda. Recommendation to council approve the agenda for the January 13th, 2026 meeting as presented. Somebody want to move that? Moved by Councilor Strong, seconded by Councilor Greek. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carried. Approval of the minutes, December 9th, 2025 regular meeting minutes. Recommendation that council approve the December 9th, 2025 meeting minutes as presented. Moved by Councilor Fullerton, seconded by Councilor Daphne. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, motion carried. So now we do have a few presentations tonight. This is the good parts of a lot of these meetings. We really enjoy recognizing people in this community. And the first presentation, I'm going to read this certificate off, and it's for 2 individuals, and it's in recognition of the courageous and selfless actions on December 31st, 2025, during a life-threatening emergency in Bayswater. This certificate is proudly presented in recognition of brave actions that exemplify true heroism, placing the safety of another above their own, acting decisively under pressure, and demonstrating compassion and courage in a moment of crisis. Their humility following the event further reflects the strength of their character. Their selfless actions serve as an inspiring example of courage and humanity for the entire community. And again, I guess they just proved that all heroes don't wear capes. So I'd like to call up Tony and Sourav up front here. The next certificate is recognizing excellence, creativity, and a commitment to Nova Scotia's local food culture. Honoring the achievement of receiving the Taste of Nova Scotia Award, this certificate is proudly presented to Martin and Sylvie Ruiz, Salvador, in celebration of their outstanding contribution to Nova Scotia's culinary landscape. Through their passion, creativity, and unwavering commitment to excellence, they have elevated local cuisine, championed quality and authenticity, and helped showcase the rich flavors, culture, and spirit of our province. Their dedication not only reflects the very best of Nova Scotia's food community, but also inspires pride, connection, and appreciation for the local traditions that make our region truly special. Martine and Sylvie, on behalf of the town, congratulations. So we're just going to call a quick recess so people can move along if they'd like or stay. It's up to yourselves. Okay, so moving on to number 7. There are no one signed. There is no one signed up to actually speak tonight. Does anyone in the audience want to say anything? Okay. We'll move on to correspondence, which there really isn't any. There's no public hearings. There's no business arising or unfinished business. So we're down to number 11 already, which is review of the motion action list. So go ahead. Who's doing it?
Sorry about that. Yeah, thank you so much. Sorry. So this is really here for council's information. So as you know, we reprioritized the motion action list with you all not too long ago. So priority A was your September to December period. So now that that has closed, it's an opportunity for council to see what still remains as priority A. So if you take a look at the attachment in there, staff have recommended a few things in the red text, mainly things to be removed as we feel like they've come forward the last couple of months. So they could, if council agrees that they've been completed, we'll take them off the list. There's also a couple of recommendations to move some things up to priority A from priority B. So again, really just an opportunity to have a bit of a discussion here, let council review, and if you see anything you'd like to change, move up, move down, now's the time. So if you have any questions or are looking for any status updates on anything on there, we'd be happy to try to fill in some blanks.
Does anyone have any comments or questions? Councilor Strong.
I see that the housing market study is priority A in progress. Is that, how far away are we from having a report on that?
Through the chair. So basically, we haven't issued final documents. We have a consultant that's willing to do a presentation to council. So we're looking to schedule that as soon as we can. It might have to be through a virtual meeting, but there's potential in person if that's something that you'd prefer. Yeah.
Anybody else have any comments or questions they'd like to ask staff or make a comment on? Councilor Strong?
Yes, in the same vein, the reducing speed limits is priority A in progress, and I'm just wondering where it is in progress.
Through the chair, the regulations have recently changed within the province. So we did end up getting a response from Department of Public Works late last year after much chasing and to get a response. The regulations have changed, so we need a little bit of a chance to understand those changes and how they impact us. Because again, we're dealing with roads within our town limits that are also like Trunk 3 still remains one of those dual ownership kind of roads, and we've talked about that one, and then coming up the hill and onto Sandy Hollow as well. So understanding that, and then what is required in order to assess the suitability of speed limit changes.
Thank you. Anybody else? Nobody. Okay, go ahead, Paul.
So just clarification, Your Worship. Last night at the budget meeting, there was a request for information as it came to the Water and Sewer 2023 report and recommendations. Did you, Councillor Babineau, did you want to make that a motion action list item or a notice of motion?
Yes, I could do that.
Yeah, just so we could have it on the record so we can move forward. Thank you.
Sure.
Anything else anybody wants to bring up or move or suggest? Deputy Mayor.
I was just from our last meeting about the cemetery, and I see it's on the record as priority B. I know we had discussed bringing it back initially at a committee of the whole. I don't know if that's sort of in the queue somewhere just yet, or if you can tell us where we are with that one too.
I'm fine with that. Through you, Your Worship, we are looking at it. It just hasn't been deep dived yet because we understand that it's going to be a larger discussion when we're looking at this, because there were requests for what are other rates that are for other cemeteries in the area. What are we looking at as a wholesome planning discussion and understanding we need to look at what are the service levels and bring that forward. So more than likely, it's probably going to be more of a spring-ish discussion, just because we have a lot on the plate that you're seeing in your priority A's come forward, like the marketing levy. We're talking the hack and trolley, the noise bylaw. These were items that you wanted forward. And when we're looking at the LUB and MPS coming forward, so we're just trying to fit it in as the best, knowing that we still have 1 year's left on contracted services for grass cutting and maintenance. But as this is going to be a larger discussion, could have more capital impacts and influences, we want to take due diligence to make sure we're evaluating this and bringing a proper report forward to council for consideration.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? I have one question or a comment or both, I guess, on the hack and trolley bylaw. Are we any closer to having a finalized bylaw that's updated? Because I really don't want to go through another summer like last summer, because I think the heat is only a sign of the times to come, if you know what I mean.
So for through you, Chair, for clarification on that, yes, actually staff are doing deep research. They actually met with the hack and trolley business today, looking at their evaluations, also speaking with veterinarians and the Department of Agriculture to make sure that we're meeting all regulations as it comes to the hack and trolley bylaw. We're making it more plain language and building in better understandings for it. So it is on our docket to have brought forward more than likely at the committee of the whole meeting on the 3rd. So at least for review and starting that process. So it is in the works.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? Councillor Strong.
I just want to circle back to priority B, community grants. And I agree, it should be moved to priority A. And the sooner that we have a grants committee, the better, because I think it's going to be here before you know it. And we're going to be hearing presentations from the floor in the next month or so. So our ears should be in tune with the committee.
Through you, Chair, yes, that's actually in process as well. Both our clerk, communications, myself, we're all looking at it from that standpoint of trying to get that updated understanding. We may want to request and our clerk has talked about this a little bit, is maybe pushing off the 31st deadline of March, just so that we're accurately reflecting where we want to go, what type of structure we want to put in place, and to be able to bring that forward. So we know that funds were released till July, August of last year, but we don't want to get into that scenario again. But we will have something to be brought forward for review by council.
So just to circle back again, when I say that the council had indicated a desire to have a grants committee, that was an ad hoc committee. Okay.
Okay, anything else? Okay, nothing else. We'll move on to, thank you very much to staff, and we'll get that revised and changed and brought back to us. Move on to 11.2, which is information only report on potable and wastewater quality test results, July through September. Tyson?
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll start with the potable water quality test results. And this is for the quarter from July to September of 2025. So starting with the water quality testing, from July to September 2025, all weekly, monthly, and quarterly regulatory testing and in-house daily testing complied, with the approval requirements. Within this quarter as well, we had the MAC and IMAC testing of both the raw and treated water as required under the federal guidelines for Canadian drinking water quality. So this is a test we're required to perform every 5 years. So the testing includes a wide range of health-related parameters such as metals, organics, disinfection byproducts, and other trace substances. All parameters measured were within the Health Canada guideline limits, and no exceedances were observed. All results from both the raw water and treated water were within their respective guideline limits, and no exceedances were identified. So that's excellent news for everyone. Moving on to the raw and treated water flows. The average daily raw water flow did not exceed the 30-day average. The 3-day maximum average withdrawal limit was not exceeded, and the treated water flow did not exceed the peak production rate within this quarter. And that's summarized in those charts in the report. Water mains breaks and repairs. We had 2 during this period. One was just outside on Cumberland Street, where we had an 8-inch water main that a sewer main runs beneath, and it would just be fatigue from wear and tear over time. So that was a repair our crew performed. And then there was another one on Victoria. No complaints received during the quarter. So that summarizes the report, but if there are any specific questions, I can answer those. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Strong.
I don't have a specific question, but I'm surprised that despite the conditions that we had this summer, that the average wasn't really exceeded by very much. So I think that's, if I'm reading this correctly.
Shows that people weren't sprinkling their yards, or
I think it shows
shows that people were
knowledge in the
actually,
community.
yeah, exactly. Even though we didn't put a water ban or anything on like other communities had to do, it shows that people didn't abuse the water situation, which is good to see. And the other thing is, I will notice that our last overflow report was July 8th. That must have been the last time it rained in about 4 months when that happened, because I didn't remember when it rained last summer but my bet would be July 8th, 2025, according to your report here.
Your Worship, did you want me to go through the wastewater as well? Just quickly. So the wastewater quality test results, in terms of the quarterly averages, so we have the provincial and the federal wastewater limits. There was a small exceedance in the total suspended solids for the quarter based on our provincial limit. So we had an average of 21.5 milligrams per litre. Our provincial limit, as per our approval permit, is 20 milligrams per litre. And I think it can largely be attributed to that lack of rain that we experienced during the quarter. It sort of boosted those averages. You'll notice that our federal limit for that same parameter is 25 milligrams per litre. So I don't have a good explanation for you as to why those don't match, but we're within the federal requirement, not within the provincial. We've reported that to Nova Scotia Environment as per the requirements of the approval, which they accepted. Our CBODs and Eagle Eye met the requirements. In terms of our average monthly daily flow of wastewater with the monthly precipitation, you can really see again that affected the rainfall, shrinking those orange bars in the chart, which the precipitation where we have the combined system has a large impact on those flows. So just that factor that we're all aware of. And you're correct, July 8th, that was, if we can remember back, that was the date where post-tropical storm Chantal came through Nova Scotia. So it was forecast for 50 plus millimeters of rain with intensity there. So we can see that there was an overflow event generally associated with the intense rainfall. But yeah, this was definitely a light quarter for rainfall. If there are any questions with the wastewater, I can answer those.
Any questions by any counselors? No? Okay, well, thank you very much, Tyson, for the report. It's great to hear that, our water is good and everything's within the limits. So thank you very much. Now we'll move on to number 12, notice of motion, information requests, and council reports. I'll start to the right of me tonight. So Councilor Strong.
Be brief, but I just wanted to, because I sit on the committee at the Lunenburg Academy Foundation, I'm always looking at activities that are occurring at the academy, and I noticed that there's a really great collaboration between the Lunenburg School of the Arts, the Lunenburg Academy of Music Performance, and Lunenburg Docs Fest. It starts this Sunday at 2:00 with independent film screenings in the theater upstairs on the top floor. Hope to see people there.
Thank you, Councilor Daphne. Deputy Mayor. Councilor Fullerton.
Nothing to report.
Councilor Greek. Councilor Babineau.
I think you guys already have my ad hoc notice of motion, so I'm good.
Thank you. I just want to say that it was nice to see so many of our counselors and the community actually out at the levee this year. It was a great turnout. I think all of our Christmas events holiday events were well attended. So again, I want to thank my colleagues for making whatever you could possibly make. I know the December was a very busy month for all of us. And just an update for those that don't follow me on Facebook. We had a nice visit this week. Our MP, Jessica Fancy, was here with Minister Mark Miller, and he was taken through the museum, the academy, St. John's Anglican Church, I think the Connaught Rowan House, and he ended his tour at the Nelly Row actually to get some lobster. So it was nice to see they actually walked from here down to the church, to Connaught Rowan House, to the government wharf. So he would have been able to see. He walked past the front of the town hall, so he saw the entire downtown UNESCO core. So again, I want to thank our MP, Jessica Fancy, for including us on that tour, and thank the museum and LAMP. I left the tour after the academy, but the museum people and the LAMP and the Academy Foundation for putting on a great little tour and educational experience for the minister. So that's what I was up to last week. So again, I want to thank the community for having a great holiday season and look forward to a great 2026 with all of you. So we've already discussed the motion action list, so we don't have to discuss that anymore. So now I'll ask for a motion to move in closed session. Moved by Councilor Strong, seconded by Deputy Mayor. Thank you very much, everybody.